This is the FEELWORLD F7 Plus. The F7 is an outdoor camera monitor, and I believe the plus here indicates that it's the kit that includes accessories and a battery power system. So this was sent to me to review for free. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. If you wanted to purchase this, it would cost you about $220. So in the box, we have a little bit of paperwork. We also have a nice little carrying case that has a suitcase style handle, and it has two compartments here. The main compartment has the screen itself. So there's a place for a battery to attach, but there's also a place here that basically is a fake battery that you can attach something to that would normally take a battery. So I'm not sure, but I suspect it might pass power through, so you could maybe mount this on the back of a camcorder, use this as the mounting point, put a camcorder battery here, power the device and the camcorder at the same time. So this little NP-F battery blank here has a sticker, and it basically says, hey, if you loosen those screws, you can push this up, down, left, right, and move it around a little bit if you need to get something to fit a little better than exactly centered here. So that is the actual display. And then we also have lots of accessories in here. So this is the NP-F style battery. So the battery that comes with it has a little button you can push here, and you can see it has 2 out of all 4 dots lit up, and you can plug it into a USB-C port. It'll charge via USB-C, or if you have an NP-F battery charger, you can just plug it into that to charge it. This is kind of a 550 size battery, but you could substitute a larger, like a 970 battery in with instead. Plug the battery into a USB-C power delivery cable. It's charging at the 5 volt level, 2 amps, so it's charging at about 10 watts. So it's not a super fast charge through that USB-C port, but it would eventually charge that battery up. So if you put it into a smart NP-F battery charger, I'm getting 17 watts charging on this guy right now. And so this guy should snap into this compartment right here, and that could potentially power this guy remotely. So you can see there it's turning on just as soon as I put the battery in. Now, in addition to the battery, we also have 2 cables. We have an HDMI to HDMI, half meter, and we have a micro HDMI to HDMI. And so your camera may be using a micro HDMI. I know my camera will use a micro HDMI. We also have a mounting system here that can fit onto the top of a cold shoe mount on a camera. And so it comes with a couple of accessories. You can see this is kind of the cold shoe mount with this ring that goes down here. And it has a 1/4 by 20 up here, and then it also can tilt. And so on this monitor, there's a 1/4 by 20 mounting point at both the top and the bottom. And so there's a place for an SD card, there's a microphone slot, there's a DC in 5 volts type C, we have HDMI in and out, DC 12 volt in, DC 8 volt out, we have a power button, and we have a menu. It looks like it's a knob that goes back and forth, and you can also click it. And so you can see here I'm navigating through lots of menus. Now there's also a screen protection up here that you could pull off. All right, so paperwork includes a warranty card in 2 languages, as well as the 17 high brightness camera monitor quick start guide. And this has some information in English as well as in other languages. And it has a specification page and just some project structure and information about the product. All right, so here it is on top of my A6300 camera, and you can see it's taking HDMI from the micro HDMI port out into this guy. So you have things like this ratio marker, where if you're shooting 16 by 9 and you want to see what a 4 by 3 area inside of that would look like, it basically, grays out the sides and says, okay, this is what's going to be 4 by 3 in your final output. So here I've turned on a green safe frame, which is kind of 85%, and there's a center cross marker, and you can change the colors of all of these as you'd like. And they have all kinds of different options for things that you can turn on and off, you know, for monitoring and marking various different things here. You know, there's more things than you can shake a stick at, a lot of which you probably don't really need. I do kind of like the overexposure zebra marking. So somewhat non-intuitively, there's a backlight control and the volume control. And so if you go in from the side and then down, the backlight goes down. If you go in from the side and up, the backlight turns up. Now you can also adjust the volume with just a slide up and down. And I believe it has 2 speakers on the side here for the volume, although that volume might be from just the port on the bottom with the headphones. Now the whole point of this thing is that you can see a view outside in the light. And I'm in the sunlight and I can definitely see this thing. Pretty much direct sun on the screen here. And you're getting reflections, and there are a little bit of reflections visible on the screen. But you can definitely, you know, see in the screen very well in the daytime. So, you know, definitely daylight visible. Now, it was at 80% battery. It's dropped down to 60% battery. I've only been using it for maybe 10 minutes now. You know, so if you have the backlight and the brightness all the way up, it does kind of suck that battery down a bit, but that's kind of to be expected for a screen that's visible outside. Now here I've set the backlight down to 0, and it's still pretty visible inside, but it's definitely darker. Alright, so outside with the backlight set to 0, I can tell what it's pointing at, but it's not really usable. Now this is 50%, and in the camera view there's a lot of reflections. I personally can see pretty well in that, so it's possible you can use this with less than 100% backlight outside in the sun. So one of the more useful features is this embedded audio monitor, so you can have a visual display and you can see your audio signals and levels in there, along with like histograms of the colors, for example, on the overexposed areas. And in the menus you can adjust, you know, the brightness and the backlight, the contrast, you know, so you can adjust all of these things about the monitor, change the color saturation, the tint level, you know, so all of these things can be changed. Or if you've messed with a whole bunch of stuff, you can go in and reset everything back to kind of factory defaults, and then you're back to the generic factory defaults. You can navigate through the menus using the scroll wheel at the top, or it's touchscreen, so you can say, hey, I want to put a, you know, a marker in here. I want a ratio marker 4:3, make it green, go. And now you have your 4:3 ratio marker inside of your 16:9 display. So the camera is 27 ounces. Now when you add this guy to it, you're putting another 20 ounces on top of your camera. So not quite doubling the weight of your camera, especially if you had a cage with a double handle on it or something, but there is a definite amount of added weight here. Not sure what the SD card slot is for. They do have a place where it says you can upgrade the firmware. I couldn't find a firmware update on their website. I put an SD card in here. It didn't like make new menu items appear, so there's nothing like record to SD card. I don't have any videos on the card, so it's possible if I put some MPEG files on there, maybe it could play those back. But I'm not seeing anything that says, you know, navigate through the file system on that SD card. So I'm not sure what the SD card slot is for, other than perhaps the upgrade, because there is the system firmware update. You can, you know, attempt to do a firmware update, and it just says no upgrade documents detected. Right, so the manual says less than 15 watt consumption. When I'm holding it on this side here, there's definite heat coming out of this side here. You know, so this guy definitely has some power going through it. Now the battery is still at 60%. When I first installed it, it said 80%. It jumped down to 60 pretty quick after that, but it hasn't gone down farther than that. So it looks like it's getting a reasonable amount of life. Probably I've had it on for about 30 minutes so far with this battery that came with it. So essentially, it's an battery-powered 7-inch HDMI monitor. Does HDMI in and out. It has some extra power ports. You can put, a wireless receiver or something else that would attach to an NP-F battery on the back here. You can mount it, the top or bottom mounting points, and it allows you to flip the image if you want to use it upside down. And it basically just provides a whole bunch of assistance for framing your shots, looking at waveforms, all of this type of stuff. Pretty much anything a cameraman might want to look at while they're using the system. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with this guy. I think, if you need an external monitor, especially one that's daylight visible, this guy's working pretty well.